We are live on YouTube, Kick, Twitch, Rumble, and X. Thank you for watching, family. We are live. It's been a minute since I've gone live on multiple platforms all at the same time, but thank you for joining. For those of you in replay and you're watching this, thank you very much. We're going to have a little bit of fun today. I'm not going to be on too long, but I will say that we're going to talk a little bit about the future of live video. But before we do that, today's episode is brought to you by Archon Mounts. If you go to archon.com, Archon Mounts has been a company that they've been with me since day one, like since 2015, since I've been doing this live stream journey. You get tripods like this. So whether you're a content creator on social media, maybe you're a professional photographer, maybe you're a gig driver, you're one of those superheroes, you do Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, you bring those pizzas late at night, go to archon.com. Go to the checkout when you're ready to buy your products. They have everything from tripods, mounting solutions. My friend Dr. Heath out there, I don't know what state he's at. He's been doing these bicycle live streams where he puts his phone on there. You got those too. So family, go to archon.com. At checkout, put in Hawaii for your promo code. You'll get 20% off your entire order. So there's my little sales pitch on that. We're going to play a quick video, but before we get into the video, the title of today's live stream, for those of you on YouTube, Kick, Twitch, X, Rumble, did I say Kick? The future of live video. Some of us may not even know what it is. I'm going to play a short video by Linda Yaccarino, who is a newly appointed CEO of Twitter, now called X. It's going to explain a little bit on where this jockeying of position when it comes to live streaming or live video. Twitter, now called X, is kind of jockeying or pushing itself into the fold of live video or back into it. We'll talk about that. Let's play the video.
By Elon. It was basically a 140-character messaging app. Now, less than 18 months later, video-first platform, and part of what's driving that success is inviting creators onto our platform. Think at the time of acquisition, you might say 3,500 creators. But now that our video capabilities have become so sophisticated, we've probably got over 150,000 creators on the platform and paid out over $50 million in ad sharing relationship with those creators. Because we're generous in that sense to invite them on the platform to give our users the ultimate experience.
Do you believe that? Do you believe that live video is the way to go? Well, we're going to get started. I see you, brother Kyle. I'm putting him up on there. Good to see you, bro. Yeah, of course, man. I'll send you a link. Let me go ahead and get the intro video. And just as a reminder, family, for those of you that are on X, you can comment if you go to the bottom, just in case you're wondering. And those of you on Twitch and YouTube, you guys know how to comment. You guys got it. You guys got this. So we'll be back. I don't know how long. How long is this intro? I forget. Let's just say it's 42 seconds. We'll be back in 41 seconds.
Hey, what do you say? This whole town could be red by the end of the day. If you feel alright, we can throw it and drive. With the radio world so loud they can hear us from now. Me and you, nothing to do.
Alrighty, we're good. I had to check my back office, but I see who's here. Let me check. My Twitch viewer, thank you. And also we got Stream Elements. I'm not sure what that is. I think that's a bot service. So what is the future of live video? What is live video? And let me, before we get into the meat and potatoes, let me go ahead and send my invite to my friend Kyle, who was out there in Texas. I think he's on Twitter. He is on Twitter. Let me go ahead. I'm going to send an invite right now, brother Kyle. Let me look you up real quick. And for those, if you're enjoying the content, if you enjoy the funny, or not even funny, the snazzy videos, do me a favor, repost this, share it out. How do I send a DM on Twitter? Here we go. I use iPhone. I also use my Android. I have a Samsung Galaxy Super Megaphone, and then I have an iPhone 14 Pro Max, and I use a desktop. I have an iPad, so it's not all the same. It's sometimes it's different. The user interfaces on all those devices are different. Okay, here we go. Next. Here we go. All right, Kyle, I'll send it to you, brother. And jump on at any time. So yeah, what is live video? What is live streaming? A lot of people don't even know what that is. Like, I don't know how to put it, except you push a button and the camera turns on, and whether you're showing the world, you're showing yourself, you're talking about something. And by the way, I do offer a masterclass. So if anybody is interested in joining that masterclass on live streaming, it's called Live Streaming 101. It's on my website, therealgilo.com. I'm going to be promoting some stuff tonight. So there you go. I see Kyle in the green room. How you doing, Kyle? If you're good, give me a thumbs up, brother. I see he's in darkness. He's in the darkness. But I'm going to bring up in just a second. Let me finish this thought. So live video, a lot of people in 2024, you would think that more people would be doing it. And it's funny because what I believe, family, is that these live stream spurts, they change with the seasons, whether it's political climates, whether it's congressional hearings or things that affect information. It affects content creators. And so I'm a firm believer, family, that a lot of these factors come into play when it comes into the prominence of live stream video on whatever platform you're on. For those of you that were the early birds, you caught the video I played with Linda Yaccarino, who said Twitter, now called X, is now video first. I personally don't believe that just yet. I think they're on the way, maybe. I don't know. So we'll talk about that. Let's bring Kyle up real quick, and here he is. What's up, brother Kyle? Oh,
How
he's
you
in
doing,
darkness.
bro? Sorry,
What?
man. It's a little late and family's asleep, so I'm just kind of chilling out and hanging out with you, if you don't mind.
No, that's good, man. That's the ambiance is like, who is this mysterious character in the darkness?
It's good to see you, man. I was in a very very entertaining and a very informing live stream today, but I don't want to interrupt your thought or what you were talking about.
No,
But
but
it goes along with what you're talking about.
did you host? Were you hosting, or you jumped in somebody else's?
No, I jumped into to another person's spaces, and
Oh, okay.
they so basically they were talking about how that Khloe Kardashian had just made a deal with Elon and was coming
Yeah.
on to X. She was going to bring approximately 10 million new viewers, and that they had some engineers on there, and they were saying that that just within the last month or two that there had been a 500,000 spike of live stream users. So they were talking about live streaming as you were saying, which I don't completely buy either. That it's first right now. I believe they're
Mhm.
working on other things, but yeah. So I mean, I've heard the same thing that you have. I can confirm that.
Well, for those that are on YouTube, we all know YouTube is king when it comes to video content, and no matter if we like it, all those words that they use being what do they call that when they shut people down? There's words for that. Not shadow ban. Well,
Cancel them.
yeah, can't. Yeah, so there are some people that were canceled on YouTube because maybe they violated community standards or policies, and
Yeah.
I mean, right now, and I'm gonna put this out there, and I don't know if it's good or bad, but I'll put it out there. If you post a video on Twitter X that has copyrights, it's like the wild, wild west right now.
Yeah.
You can literally post somebody else's content on Twitter and you won't get in trouble for it.
Nope.
So, and I'm throwing that out there right now. You can post anybody's video content, don't give them credit, and you're monetized for it, and you'll get paid for it too. So,
I mean, look at the hot girl, if you know what I mean. That the whole viral sensation behind that.
I
There's
just found
six.
out what that is.
Yeah,
And
I mean, and dude, that was
it's
just like 7 days ago.
and
And
that's
they've got songs and apparel and all kind of things, you know.
and she's not going to get a penny from it.
No, no, she won't get a penny.
Not one penny. So in the live video realm, I think okay, let's have a little game. So let's rank our top 5 of live stream video. It can be subjective. Um, I don't want to say this, but I think YouTube is number 1 for live stream video.
I would agree.
I think. I'm not saying it's the best. I just think like when I go on a YouTube live stream, I know it's going to work. Number 1. And it's fun. Like I go on to several content creators. Actually, he's here too. His name is Andy Bumatai. He's another fellow local brother from Hawaii. And I give him money. I'll go into YouTube. I'll do $5 here. I'll just tap $5, $5, and it's fun.
Yeah.
And it just works, you know. And but then he uses third-party software too. I think he uses I forget what he used. I think he uses Restream, or now he's got a full studio software. So I don't know. What's number 2? What do you think number 2 is?
You know, I want to I would like to say TikTok, but from what I've witnessed lately, TikTok has gotten to be so out of control, meaning that you're never pretty much everything on there is somebody trying to wind you up, meaning they're trying to challenge your faith. You know, Jesus was a Muslim, Jesus wasn't God, you know, or something just to that nature, or, you know, other topics out there, you know, politics and stuff like that. Um,
Oh, I agree with you on that, especially you.
yeah, you know what I mean? It
I
just
see what you post. I see what you put up there. So
right. But you know they're just trying to wind you up, and I just got off. I actually was talking with somebody on there, and I would say they were probably two though, because they have that, you know, where you can send a gift and then it's monetized and all that. No, I definitely say YouTube is one, because you know you can do super chats,
right,
and
right.
you know there's everybody on there. I talked to Sammy the Bull Gravano the other day, you know, and ask him a question. You know, it was just kind of cool to talk to somebody that was infamous, you know. Um, but thirdly, I would probably say Twitch, and
Yep, I agree.
then probably Slide X in there, Twitter. Um,
Can we put TikTok and Instagram lives on the same number,
so
or how would you rate
I
Instagram
would
live?
I would say that TikTok is more advanced because you can't gift anybody yet, and
Okay,
also like I
true.
noticed you were saying on Android that you could do a live chat now. You had
Yeah.
live the capable. So like I'm on iOS, I don't have the capability yet. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Uh, and then so I would say that TikTok has the little bit of an edge on it. I would say that the better content is on X. But as far as monetization, but you know, the thing is that there a lot of the big hitters on X are shooting for those monetizations. They want the super chats. They want the ability to be able to get gifted. They want the ability to be able to have those things. So that's what they're hitting Elon up about, and hitting all the engineers and all those things and stuff about.
So explain to people that may not know super chats. How would you explain super chats?
So basically, super chats are where there's a live scrolling, where anybody can type anything they want, any comment that they want. But if you have a credit card on file, or if you use Apple Pay, you can basically pledge or give this person that's hosting anywhere from five to, I've seen $500 be given
Five.
before.
Oh, bro.
$500 just to ask
500.
somebody a question like, "What's your favorite dinner?" You know what I mean? Just crazy, crazy stuff. Uh, it's the same thing as if you see on you on where you see on YouTube uh, some of the younger generation when they do their different questions and stuff like that on different broadcasts. But uh, basically, you're paying to ask a question, so they separate you out of the regular commenters and they highlight you. So, and of course, just like anything else, if you're one person gets $5 and one person gets 500, they're going to hit the $500 first.
Right. So for people that don't know if you look, I was editing the usernames. I had to put your name on there. The Kyle Mack, I met him not organically, but through social media on an app called Periscope. And we never actually connected until after they closed that, which is funny.
Right.
Or we connected, but we never did a live together until recently. But there was a girl on Periscope from Hawaii. Her name is Victoria Prince. I don't know if you ever heard of her.
Yes.
She's a really beautiful local girl from Hawaii. I think she's like Hawaiian, part Hawaiian. I want to say some Japanese mix, I think. But really beautiful model, amazing voice. So she used to go live and play music, and she never really got a ton of viewers, but every once in a while she would like go viral with a certain live stream that she did. One time she went live on Mauna Loa, which is our mountain that has snow.
Oh,
And she actually went live when it was snowing in Hawaii.
wow.
And she got like 500,000 views or some crazy amount, right?
Yeah.
But other than that, she never really got a lot of viewership. But now I found her on TikTok. Bruh, I want to see she's if she's not a millionaire, multi-millionaire, or on her way. She's got like 500,000 followers on TikTok.
Yep.
And she's doing lives and just content creation. She's from Hawaii, like,
yeah.
and
I mean,
all from
you can give gifts on TikTok just with just charging up your coins there. You can give $400 gifts just one after the other. I've seen people really spend thousands of dollars. Just one person spend thousands of dollars on just silly things. I mean, just silly stuff. Nothing that would educate you or anything. Just entertainment. Just what they would consider entertainment. And it wasn't anything musical or singing or anything that something I would say would be great, and spend money with, something. But
well, I've dropped $20 on TikTok before for a friend of mine. I'll just keep tapping and tapping, and I forget what I was giving him. I was giving him something, but it was one of those silly. I think they call that micropay, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah.
Yeah, so I think the Apple or the App Store really perfected that micropay, right? Where like nobody's gonna spend $100 in one pop. I mean, a few.
Yeah.
But if it's only $1.99 here and there, we'll keep doing it all day. Because, I'm looking at my So I don't always check our. Okay, I take that back. I check it every day. So I always check our finances every day. But one day I said, honey, what is this $4.99, $4.99? What is this $1.99? And there's like 10 of them in a row. I'm thinking, somebody is siphoning money. I'm like, what is that? And I look, it's from the her games, right?
Store.
Yeah. I'm like, what the heck? So monetization on live streaming, if they adopt that, let's talk about Twitter. If they adopt that, game over, I think. Maybe. But they haven't figured out what they want to do yet. At least they haven't told us, right? The public.
Right.
So
the one thing that I was looking at today is I was looking at what it takes to be monetized. And it says you have to have, within 3 months, you have to have, I believe, either 5 million or 500 million impressions.
5 million. So
5
it
million.
used to be 15 million. So
Wow.
So that's what I was talking about. It's tricky because they reward you for impressions. Like Is an impression a view? No, it's not. Is an impression a reply or repost? Or no, it's not. It's just, and nobody really knows. Or maybe I'm missing something, but because, for example, after we're done today, we're going to have maybe 500 live viewers total, but nobody engages on X, on Twitter. I've got, let me look real quick. I've had 2 or 3 on YouTube and a few on Twitch. My Rumble and I did something wrong on my Rumble. I think I forgot my Kick. Whoops. But so anyways, there's going to be a discrepancy from live viewers within the Twitter app in itself. But if you look on the outside, there's a different number.
Yes.
And they never match, meaning it'll say views, but then when you go into the live video, it's different. It's never the same. So
Right.
yeah, the whole monetization requirement. So you got to have 5 million impressions. You got to have, I think, 500 followers,
Yeah.
something like that. It's not hard for that, but it's just a 5 million.
It's because the way it was explained to me is you need basically 500 people to like, either like, repost, watch your video, or I forget what the fourth requirement was, but they count those as impressions. But like you said, you can look at, like right now and see how many people are in the room, and when you end it, it'll give you a totally different number, and that's just the total number of people that came through, especially on X, at least is what I mean.
Yeah. So if anybody's watching on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, where else am I at? So every other platform, for the most part, from what I gather, it has a singular user experience or interface, or both. With Twitter, it's got, so the iPhone guys have a different user experience than the Android guys. If I go live on my iPhone and I try to go live on my Android, it's not going to be the same thing. The features are different. Yeah, desktop into that. If you do a live stream with my drone, that's a whole nother thing. What we're doing right now, this is a third-party software. So you're going to have 4 or 5 different ways to go live, and they're not all the same.
Right.
So and I think, and also I didn't talk about this part, the mobile devices on Twitter X are different, meaning the numbers. So when you go live on here, on your phone, when you're done, when you end your live stream, all the numbers for the tracking and metrics are on the outside.
Correct.
So people don't know that. So when I go live, this is kind of like this is the vehicle where you go live on Twitter.
Right.
Once you end the live stream, all the data and numbers that you see as a general public are on the outside of that. And
Right.
I don't know if people understand that, which is such a weird thing.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah, it shows analytics, it shows impressions, it shows views. I mean, there's a litany of different categories, and it gives you a graph, I believe now, at least on iOS, it gives a graph of how many people you've had in the past and all that. It's it's one of those things where I really hope that it's getting traction, live streaming, that more people do start catching on to it. We talked a million times. Periscope was not flawless, but Periscope was probably, in my opinion, the closest to the best live stream platform.
Well, did you ever see that video I posted of Kayvon?
I did. I saw the whole thing. Yeah, it was eye opening.
It was a great interview. So, family, if you've never heard of Kayvon Big Pour, he is literally the godfather of live stream video, and he is the guy that, and he's not the only guy, but he's the face of the company that launched live streaming. He's the first Okay, maybe not first live streamer, but in the first of major social media networks, social
Yeah.
media companies. So when Twitter acquired Periscope, they had a product that literally shook the world. And so in this interview, what Kayvon Bigpour said was their product was so good, their live stream product was so amazing. The rumor was that Mark Zuckerberg basically had a team of people that were working on something. He told them just stop,
Yeah.
just go over here and just basically copy them, copy
Right.
what they're doing, and let's put it out there.
Copy
And they did,
paste it. Yeah.
yeah, and they did it good. Like
Yeah.
so, and then YouTube came after,
Right.
and then Instagram came out. So Twitter was the first to offer live stream video in 2015 of the major social networks. And the reason why that's important, because live stream video, I started live streaming in 2010 before Twitter offered it on an app or a website called Ustream. And so it wasn't new. It's just that once you have the social network as the umbrella, bro, game over.
Yeah.
Literally, the only problem is Twitter didn't capitalize. They botched that. They really botched the social integration of Twitter with their live stream vehicle of Periscope. They didn't do it correctly, and it led to the downfall of Periscope. So
It did. And
yeah.
it shocked me when I got a notice saying that we'll be shutting down, and I believe it was 90 days. They gave a 90-day notice or something like that. But I want to say this, but I don't want to come off like I'm bragging. I was one of the first people, if not the first, that actually qualified and got Super Hearts. They sent me a notice, and they also zoomed me in to San Francisco to a meeting that they had, and they wanted to know, how did you get all this? How did you get all these Super Hearts? How did you get all the things and stuff like that? Um, and in doing that, I think it also uh, they had a team at one time, as you remember and as you
Mhm.
recall,
Yeah.
and as a VIP member, you could actually go into I believe it was it Clubhouse or something like that, that you
No,
could go in at
they had a Slack group. So
Slack.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And you could go in and actually talk to engineers and say, look, I'm having a problem with audio, or I'm having a problem with this and this and this. And they'd say, okay, we'll write it down. We'll work on it. Well, the team, uh, went from, I don't know how many staff members down to like one.
So Annie was
Annie.
she was the community liaison person.
Yes.
And then they had several other people. That's where I met. I'm gonna throw some names out there because
Yeah.
Richard Plum, who is an engineer with
I
Twitter,
knew
or
Richard.
Richard Plum, and then of course everybody knows Chris Ruane.
Yes.
And then there's a new guy now. His name is Rui Chen, Chinese
Okay.
guy.
Yes.
He follows me, and I think he follows me so he can hear all my my rants and raves about. But and then Joey, for those that don't know Joey,
Sure, Joey.
business partner became friend, and we're still friends today. And we actually launched a cryptocurrency company here on Twitter, on X. Didn't do well, but we did it.
Yeah.
On our team, I don't know if you remember Sadia out there in Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she was a part of our team. She was on our team too for our cryptocurrency. She was part of our I don't know what job title she had, but her and Asif.
Yeah.
Who else do we have? Shoot, who do we have? I put them on my latest post on Twitter, on X. So yeah,
Right.
so the live stream, what Twitter had, it really captivated people, and I will say Facebook. I know when they first launched their live stream, it was kind of like my impression was, oh, this sucks, but then it works.
Right.
Like I've never had it not work.
No.
Ever.
No.
I've never had it. I think I've found the commenting system kind of boring. As a content creator or someone that does live video, but it always works. Um, what else? What live stream platforms are you on? Have you started spreading your wings live streaming, or you stay
So
on TikTok and
I've had a few setbacks. So I've done TikTok, I've done X, of course, and then I've done YouTube Live one time, I believe, but I didn't record that one. I just tested it out, kind of. But I'm gonna get on Restream pretty quickly and start going, multi-platform. But I really want to concentrate on X and you know try to get that flowing. Do whatever I can. You know what I mean? So
what is this strange loyalty to X? What is that? Like, I feel like
I
even
think
me, like,
I think
what
it's
is that?
I think it's I think it's the ghost of Periscope past.
Is
You know
that
what I
what it
mean?
is?
I think it's just the sappiness of, oh man, I miss it. We could just sign on, man. Used to you could just slide that button over and you were hey, you were live. And I did it 7 nights a week, for years. And so it was a big blow to me when Periscope went down, and I got to know Annie pretty well, up until she had her maternity leave, which she never came back from. Uh, that's long story short, but
She died?
uh, no, she didn't die. She
Oh,
just basically Periscope died in the time that she had her maternity leave. So basically, she took a leave of absence, and then Periscope was dropped, and then she didn't have anything to come back to.
so speaking of maternity leave, so when Kayvon had kids,
Yes.
for anybody that doesn't know, Kayvon is a founder of Periscope. He was also the head of Twitter product and also the founder of X Spaces, which is an
Mm.
audio. It's like an audio. It's a social audio. There's no, well, now there's video, and we can talk about that. But so he took maternity, or what do they call it as a father? Is it maternity leave?
But
I forget what it's called.
maternity, I believe. I'm not real sure on that one. I don't think it would
But
be
I remember he,
paternity.
yeah. He's not a mother, so, well, I don't know. So he took leave because of helping his wife with their baby, right? And not long after that, they fired him. So
Yeah.
I feel like they kind of already knew the temperature of the water wasn't where it should be, right? So I had a feeling. But what was I going to talk about? Oh, YouTube. I personally like YouTube better than all of them in a live stream, even though I don't get a lot of engagement on YouTube. But I know when I do a live stream on YouTube, it's gonna stick. Like, it's there. The video quality is always amazing on YouTube. Period.
Yeah.
On X, on Twitter. Wait, did I say Twitter? On YouTube. So on Twitter and X, it's hit or miss, and they delete my videos. And I know they do it by accident. I know they don't do it on. I think they don't do it on purpose. But
Right.
if you go on my replays on Twitter, on X, they're gone. A lot of them are disappearing, and
I
the
saw that.
link, yeah, it's weird. It's like, so
I don't know if people are being ugly and reporting or something, just being trolls or whatever and reporting, or if they're just not up to the standard yet, and up to uh, keeping up with records, because if you remember, Periscope had said, we're going to archive all of the past live streams. So all of your recordings, you'll be able to go back to them and you'll be able to replay them. And you can't do that now. Like if you log into
well,
Periscope, it'll just it'll basically just run you around.
so they actually did archive them, and then they made another announcement, and they said um, they're going to give you a portal to download them. So that's what I did. So I have 500 of them,
Yeah.
and I just transferred it. I transferred it to my YouTube. So the
Okay.
majority of them are private, and I started releasing some of them because for nostalgia. But yeah,
Yeah.
so they held it for a little while, and then they made an announcement. Hey, by the way, we're going to delete all of them. So I think you have to email them, and they'll give you a link,
Right.
and that'll be a portal. So I put them all on my YouTube channel. But
I'll
it's
have to
not.
do that.
I don't know if it's still available though.
You know,
Uh,
I think that I did. I think you jogged something. I think I do remember downloading some because I have several hundred of mine on a like a thumb drive. Uh, so I didn't think about even putting those up onto YouTube though, like that, editing them and doing that. That's a great idea though.
well, they are in. The only drawback is they're in 480p. So
Right.
it's well, that's kind of what they were anyway. But
Right.
now some of them actually still work. There's a little hack for that. So if you, I was helping Tala with this. So if you go onto, one way to do it is you do a search. Like, matter of fact, I'll show you how I did it. Here, I'll show you. I think I can share screen. Yeah, let's do this. We'll share screen. There we go. There we go. And it's going to be small for people that have bad eyes. But so I do the real Greg Lopez, and I just do egg drop. Okay, and it'll pull up all of these videos that are old. And then when you see one that doesn't look like it works, I got a little trick. So I don't know if you can see this where my little mouse finger is pointing. So click on that. Okay, so let's do this. Watch this. So I clicked on that link right there.
Right.
And let me go ahead and open it up I'll show you guys. So this is a little hack for people that not all of them work, but I'm going to show you. Let me exit out. Stop screen. So there it is. So that's where it's at.
Check it out. Wow.
So it's on pscp.tv.
Okay.
And check this out. This is a little bit of trip down memory lane. Watch this. I promise you that. I'm going to go to Seattle. Seattle, actually, I would put Seattle on there. Maybe Texas, somewhere like Dallas, Fort Worth, maybe. Because I've been there. I like Dallas. I haven't been to the Midwest, so I can't really say where to go. I heard that. So you see how the comments are popping up on the side?
Yes. I missed that scrolling comment ability right there to be able to just see the people, and,
but you see how it's actually moving on its own.
Yeah.
So I had to stop it. It's because the code is still alive. They haven't. Yeah, it's still there. Now here's a little trick. I'll do this just for fun. Where is it? So if you want to share this out on your X profile in 2024, I'm going to show you guys this free of charge, bro. So you go to click on share your broadcast. Right there. And then you copy link. And then let's go to your X profile. We'll see if I get any traction on this. Watch this. I'm going to just copy and paste. And then when you post it, it's going to look like you actually went live today. I'm sharing some. Yeah, watch. See, look. Can you see that?
Man, I'm going to have to do this.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
Wow.
And the funny thing is, and so the engineers at Twitter, either they know about this and don't care, or they don't know about it and don't care, or they know about it and they're letting it stay alive because they're trying to figure out how can they make this work in 2024.
Right.
Because you can't deny the fact that it works good. It's just that they got to work on, is the iPhone and Android going to have the same user experience? Or and then we rewind that. The same user interface.
Yeah.
Right. So that'll be the question. And I know we're talking a lot about Twitter X today, but
yeah, I mean, well, so can I ask you a question? were you involved, or did you have anything to do with Haps? Do you remember Haps?
So so you know who Olivia Tai is, right?
Correct. Yes.
So I met her in LA when we did our egg drop tour. So when we launched our egg drop products, which was basically AI with content moderation and content engagement. We also had games you can play. We also had a language bot, so our bots could translate languages while you're live.
Wow.
We also had a talk to bot feature where you could talk to your AI while you're live,
Wow.
and you would tell it to do stuff. So, for example, I would say, "Hey, Eggbot, block the Kyle Mack, kick him
Yeah.
out of my broadcast," and it would do that.
Yeah.
And so that's where, when we were in LA, we launched the product and we did a demonstration. And as a matter of fact, Joy was actually working on it while we were driving from uh, San Francisco to LA. Yeah. So from San Francisco to LA, he was still working on it. It was a 6-hour drive. He was still working on the final touches of it. And so we had that product. That's where I met Olivia Tai.
Mhm.
And kind of fast forward a little bit, Olivia Tai came to Hawaii, and she actually lived in Hawaii. So she was actually my neighbor in Hawaii, literally. But I never hung out with her in Hawaii because she was always traveling and I was never available. And she met her husband through Periscope, through Twitter,
Wow.
and I was there when they met. We had dinner at the same table with her and her future husband at this place called Side Street Inn.
Yeah.
And of course, Larry, Airboy 808 was there. But so anyways, that's a really long way to paint the picture. She had approached me, I think, a couple years later after Paris, or when Periscope was shutting down or shut down. I forget the timeline. And she said, "Hey, I got a friend that wants to talk to you. Would you mind, jumping on a phone call with him?" I said, "Yeah." So his name was Peter Bittner, and this other
Yes.
guy. There's three guys on the phone. So
Steven
Olivia, yeah.
Steven something, I believe. Yeah.
So Olivia is friends with them.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, one of the founders of the company was Olivia's professor in college.
Wow.
And so that's how I met them. And we sat down. I won't share all the details of the phone call, but it was just stuff that their vision and their dreams. And I shared mine, and I didn't like everything. It was just, I think it was just too much.
Yeah.
And I think, I don't think they knew what product they wanted to use because it was everything, right?
Right.
Yeah. It was good though. I thought it was good. It's just, I think it was, they didn't decide on, hey, where are we going to focus our live product?
Right. Yeah. I had the problem, and I actually met Peter early on,
Judy.
and he was a very, very kind man, and I actually interviewed him on Haps and talked to him about his vision and all that, and things like that. And so it was kind of a bummer because I got a lot of people from Periscope to migrate over to Haps, and then just when I was getting my main people over and getting traction again, Hap shut down. So, but it was just all over the place, and I'm not trying to run anybody down, but the app was all over the place.
So Judy out there in Lanai in Hawaii, she said Haps was awful. I agree.
Okay, all right. Yeah, it was. It was. I mean,
Well, okay, let's go this route. From a customer mindset, yeah, it was terrible. But not too bad. From a business owner's mindset, there's a lot of potential. As a content creator, there's a lot of potential.
right.
If you have a customer mindset where you want a finished product, yeah, of course it was terrible. But the promising part of Haps was Haps had this. What we're doing right now, you could do this on Haps.
Yeah.
Right. And then of course Haps had monetization built in.
Right.
But it goes to what Kayvon Bigpour was saying, is that you cannot have a live stream product that is standalone by itself.
No.
It will not survive. You have to have a social network attached to it.
Right.
like legitimate. Like, so for example, when you and I are done live, when Judy goes live today or tomorrow from the beach, that's cool, that's amazing. But like, what do you do after that? Like, are you going to talk to your community, your people? Well, if you don't have somewhere to connect with them, that's where I do agree with Kayvon that a live stream product cannot exist on its own. It has to have some kind of social network where people can have a community and come together and socialize after the fact.
Yeah.
Now, the anomaly to that was Periscope. Somehow they figured it out, and I know how they did it. It was because they got you to go live every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you always had a community because you were live every day. That's why I was going live every day. Like, I would find stuff. I would wake up.
Yeah.
And of course, do what I got to do, make coffee, and I'm going to go live. I'm making coffee, talking story while drinking coffee.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I did the same thing. I would get up, I would turn the TV on, the radio, go to the internet, see what was trending, what had happened, or sit back and read the Bible, whatever, and pull a topic out and just put it up there. And if I didn't have a topic, I'd just say open questions. You know what I mean? But I was live every night, and I had people that would come through there and just it was an amazing time and amazing experience, and I missed that.
the one thing with the live stream products of old and of today, one of the things I see, I think everybody has that capability now.
Yeah.
I don't know about TikTok, but the capability of staying open while you're multitasking. So, for example, if you go to YouTube right now, you watch a video where it's live. If you tap a button or there's a feature where it'll play in a corner or it'll play I forget what they call it. It's kind of like picture in picture
Yeah.
technology, right?
Yeah.
Twitter adopted that. Obviously, Facebook has that. I think what that does is it boosts the retention rates,
Yes.
whether they're legitimate or not. So I'll be playing a live video in the background, but I'm not even paying attention to it, right? But
Sure.
it's still playing.
Yeah.
So in one way that's good, right? Because it looks good for your metrics, your impressions. But I don't know, like, what's the long play for that? Like, are those really real numbers, or people like, are they like eating dinner and they just leave it open?
Right.
There's no, like, right now I've had like very minimal engagement on Twitter because they don't know that you can actually comment.
Yeah.
They don't
Right.
know that you can actually comment on Twitter. They just they look at it and like, yeah, okay. They think, oh, it's just a video. they don't know it's a live stream video.
Right. Right. Yeah. It one of my questions that I wonder is I know that, and I understand that some people don't want to go live and show their face. I understand that. But what I wonder is Spaces going to have to either go away or merge with live streaming? Because you can't have two entities, I don't believe, if that makes sense.
So that's the dilemma, right? For anybody that doesn't know what Spaces is, it's a social audio which is live. You cannot pre-record your audio and post it as a Spaces. It has to be live. That's the first thing.
Right.
The other thing is Spaces is a social audio live format that was built in what year was it? 2021?
Yes.
Yeah, so 2021, they built it on Periscope's base code. So anybody that's on Spaces right now, you're doing a live social audio, you're actually on Periscope.
Yeah.
So Periscope never died. Now, it is audio first.
Yes.
They just added video recently for iPhone users only. And the video is very, very similar to the live stream product. So from what I'm gathering through my discussions, I'm on a couple of Twitter employee. I'm not going to say, it's weird for me to say ex-employees because it sounds like they got fired. So Twitter
Right.
employees, they have these community pages that I'm a part of. So you've got Spaces, which is audio first. Then you've got live stream video, which is still based on the Periscope on the mobile platform. So you have live stream mobile and you have Spaces, which is based on the same thing. But when you go live, there are two different experiences.
Absolutely.
So the only way I think they can make it work to make it one singular product is to base it on the iOS.
Yes.
Because the iOS, if you remember the iPhone, they kind of gave you a precursor to Spaces. So if you remember, I could go live on my iPhone and I could have guests.
Yeah.
And the guests would be on the top of the screen. However, their guests would not have any video. It was only audio.
That's right. And it would just be a circle with your face on it.
And it would like blink when you talk.
It would blink when you talk. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a precursor to Spaces. Right.
That's what I believe.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what they based Spaces on, was that technology, or whatever that is. So, but I don't know how to answer that question because we talked about it the other day with Tala about we talked about that. So until Twitter makes it public what they're going to do, I don't know if they know. I believe they're competing against each other. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Or I think that they don't know who's the boss. So if anybody's on Twitter, I mean,
yeah.
Let's I'm not going to be negative, but let's be honest. If I have Elon Musk in a room right now and I said, "Hey, Elon, let's go live on your platform."
Yeah.
And then he goes, "Yeah, let's do it." I said, "Well, what phone do you want to use, Elon?" And he would be like, "What do you mean?" I said, "Do you want to go on Android or iPhone? Because it's two different experiences. They're not the same." Because what do you mean? iPhones. So here's the fun. Okay, I know we're talking a lot about Twitter X Periscope, but when you go live on your iPhone, before you set it up as a live stream, you pick who can comment. Okay.
Correct.
But you also can pick hearts or no hearts.
Yes.
I don't know if people know that. So on my mobile device, you can still pick to show hearts or don't. Here's the problem. iPhones, you can't see hearts anymore.
Oh,
but on my Android, I can still see hearts.
Really?
And I can tap the screen on my Android and the hearts pop up. And the comments are floating on Android.
Wow.
So on iPhone, they got rid of that. So the iPhone, if that's where they're headed to in that experience, I don't know. I think it's a mistake. But
yeah,
to answer that question, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do because that's just iPhone and Android. So, but let's go to other platforms. When I go live on my when I go live on my Samsung phone, it's the exact same thing on my iPhone on every other platform but Twitter.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just it's like two different monsters almost, you know.
I don't know why that is, honestly, because I'm not an engineer and I'm not a big boss, but I suspect that to create a whole nother let's just say app, to create a whole nother product, it's probably more expensive because you gotta hire people. I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff around, but that's what I think. And maybe they don't want, and maybe it's not about money. Maybe it's like I don't know. That's a great question because I don't know why they don't fix it. Like it makes no sense at all. It makes no sense.
It doesn't really. I mean, you got people fighting. You know, I hear people on Spaces going, "I'll never live stream." And then I hear people on live streams, "I'll never do Spaces." You know, it's kind of like almost war. You know, like a civil war in there. And I'm just like, man, can't we just kind of come together and kind of make it all work?
Come
that way,
together right now,
right
over me. Well, here's what I'll say. In that respect, with the reason why there's a lot of, and I'm not going to, I don't think it's a lot of, but because I'm not a part of those circles, but the reason why there's a discrepancy between what is a live video or live stream versus a spaces with video is that Twitter hasn't explained it to anybody on what that is. There's no community team that say, hey guys, this is how you do it. That's the first thing. The other thing is it's what I just talked about. There is no uniformity on how to do it. So in essence, you've got people just the blind leading the blind, so to speak. And you've got a small 1% of the people that are, I think sometimes they label people like us, oh, you're part of those guys. You keep talking about the past. You talk about Periscope this, Periscope.
Oh, yeah, sure. They do. They do. Yeah.
But you know what? Hey, like I said, though, you look at, they're not my favorite, but the video quality on Twitch, amazing.
Yeah.
It's like they have a glossy filter on it for everybody.
Yeah.
I don't like it because I just don't know how to use it well, and the Flash is amazing. Wow, the Flash is like, he does some crazy stuff. Yeah, here's some irony for you. So if you remember, Elon was he was trolling everybody else for live streaming on other platforms. So he says stream here on X, and he had a picture of all the other socials, like it was a Simpsons cartoon where there were like these strippers on the poles.
Yeah.
And they had Twitch and and I'm thinking he's making trouble to these guys, right?
Right.
But of all the platforms that he made fun of, none of them have pornography as a part of the terms of service.
Right.
It's actually banned on all other platforms that he was making fun of.
Yeah.
Twitter has pornography, and it's it's not just allowed, it's actually lined out on how you should do it. They actually have a section, hey, this is how if you're going to do it, this is how. So that's the irony of that.
Yeah.
And there are actually people live streaming pornography right now on Twitter.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And so
I don't get it. I get it, but I don't get it. And I was just on TikTok, and there's a girl on there that was live streaming, and she literally had a t-shirt on, like up to here, and she went, "Oh, I just got a strike," and they were like, "What'd you get a strike for?" And they said she read it. She was going like this, and she said, "It says that I'm showing too much skin," and I was like, "You have a t-shirt, on that's dark. You can't see anything. Like you couldn't see anything below her basically her chest. You know what I mean? Or I'd rather say her chin. You basically just saw her face. But yet somebody tagged her, and it was nudity, and I was like, there's no nudity here. But that's how close they monitor there. And another thing about TikTok I've seen is you better have 3 or 4 backup accounts, because people can report you and they will pull you down fast, just for nothing.
So here's an experiment that I did, and it's not really a full-on experiment. It's just more personal reasons. So I think I follow you, but I may unfollow you, and it's nothing personal.
Sure.
It's not about following, because I already have you on a list. So as a matter of fact, I'll show you. Let me show you something. I upset a lot of people in the past month or so, because I unfollowed about 100 people, and since January I unfollowed about 3,000 people.
Wow.
Okay, yeah, let's do this. So I'll show you. Okay, can I do this? Okay, yeah. So you see where it says bookmarks?
Yes.
So what I'm going to do is I don't know yet. I'm only following 100 people right now. And there's a reason for that. One is, if someone follows, I'm going to use a high number. Let's say they follow 30,000 people, right? And they have a million followers. Well, for me, it's like, how in the world can somebody consume 30,000 people's content?
Correct.
It's not possible. So that tells me a number of things. Number one, they either had a follow for follow service that they paid to get
Sure.
followers,
Yes.
or they did a follow for follow by themselves. So meaning that they would follow, hey, you follow me, I'll follow you. Hey, I like you, I'll follow you. Right? Okay, that's fine. But out of the 30,000 people that you follow, how many of them are actual real people?
Yeah.
Are they still using the application? Did somebody take over their account? Now it's run by a porn bot or a sex bot or a spam bot. And the truth is nobody really knows, right?
Right.
Nobody can tell me, oh yeah, I know all 30,000 of the people that, no, you don't. Right. And so for me, I would post like a picture one day, or I would do a post, and immediately I would get a like. And I'm like, wow, that's fast. And so I look at it, it's a spam bot or a porn bot. They like my, and so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to clean up my list, because if someone is carrying these bots on them and I post something that is in their timeline. So I started unfollowing a lot of people.
Yeah.
And that's just my personal. Now, the other thing is, there's a lot of people that I don't follow that I actually do check out their content, and I'll show you how I do it. So here it is. So can you see my little mouse thingy, my thumb?
Yeah.
So my bookmarks, I won't show all of them because below here they're personal. So you see what says follow circle?
Yeah.
These are people that I follow their content, but I don't follow them on my profile.
Right.
So I have down below this, I have actual names of people that I follow, and when I'm ready, I check out their content.
Wow. That's a great idea.
So that's just my philosophy. Now, the problem with doing that is that it's not popular.
Yeah.
Because people unfollow me, Kyle. Like literally last week, they're like, basically, and they didn't say this, but like as soon as I unfollow them, they unfollow me right away.
Oh,
Man.
No,
so I'm like,
cool.
No, I really don't care. I don't need people to follow me, because like I'm not here to. And a lot of my followers are probably, not even real people anymore. But so my point is that I'm producing more content for live streaming, video content. I don't want to sit here all day and read people's stuff. I can't do that.
Sure.
I'm not going to be making any money. Like I got a family, my wife,
Right.
we actually, I followed some of your footsteps, but so, my business profile, that's all business stuff, right? It's
Yes.
everything's legal. So, but anyways, what was I saying? Where was I going with this? Just cleaning up my follow circle, because I don't see politics anymore.
No.
I don't see drama.
No.
I don't get persecuted for my religious beliefs.
Right.
I don't. And if I do, it's very mild. And a lot of that has to do with because I just don't follow people. I don't read your content. Now,
Right.
if I want to read it, I'll go to my bookmarks. I'll tap on it. I don't want Twitter or X or any social network to tell me every single time I open my app, hey, check this out. Hey, check this out. Hey, check this out. I'm
Right.
like, no, I'm going to go in there and look at it when I'm ready.
Yeah.
Right. So
Kind of like you're doing it on your time.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, that's a very smart thing to do, because I've experienced the same thing. I've literally, posted something, and then immediately I've gotten a like, and I'll be like, wow, that's quick. And then I look at it, and it's a cartoon of a naked girl or something. You know what I mean? Like something's, and I'll be like, porn bot, something, But thankfully, I don't have a lot. Like if I do, it's just one. And I found that anytime that I've gone viral, when I've went to somebody, like for instance, so forgive me for cursing for you, but for the Dallas Cowboys, there used to be a wide receiver named Des Bryant, and so he's still pretty popular. He got pretty mad on X, and so I posted something right when he posted it. And so I found that if you catch somebody with a big name or a big following, and then you comment very quickly, like I got probably 50,000 or 60,000 likes, you know, just out of like a comment that I made under his post. So it's very weird that how the algorithm works. And and I got follows from that. Uh, and then going live today, not going live, excuse me, going on spaces, just going as a guest and speaking, I got people that followed me from that. So it's like we talked a little bit earlier, and I won't regurgitate it, but you know, I think Twitter X needs to figure out whether they want to go spaces or whether they want to go live stream and pick one and then put it all.
I think they should do it all, but make it one singular experience.
Sure.
So I can do a live stream right now. And in fact, I'll do it now. I'll do it just for fun. And then I'll show everybody live what it looks like. So I'll go live on my other account and I'll show you what it looks like. Let's do this. Test. When's the last time you went live, Kyle?
I believe 3 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
It's been a while.
Okay, there we go. So I'm live on my Glow Sessions account. Let's go check it out. It should be fun. Where are you? Come on, do it. Do it now. Okay, here we go. Glow Sessions. Here we go. So here is my so this is my business account, Glow Sessions. So we're live there.
Right.
I'm gonna like that bug. So, and this is on my iPhone. Let's click on it. So we're live there. I like that bug. So now here's a funny thing. Check this out. On the desktop, not right now, but in the replay, you can actually adjust the speed of which the replay is.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. And this is the desktop view. Can you see that? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the desktop view. And I'm live right now. So this is technically a spaces. This is now the only difference is there's nobody else talking, right?
Right.
So
this was actually out before spaces. This was
way
precursor.
before. This is like in 2017 where they offered this.
Yeah.
Now this might let's see if it works. Okay. Does it work? Oh, it shut it down. So there's a sketch feature, but it shuts it down. So let's go and get it out. So they could make a singular product based on the iOS platform.
Right.
I think. I don't know.
I would think they could toggle, between video and audio and make it one cohesive platform.
This is what I think. I think Elon doesn't have. I think he's listening to the wrong people, or the right people are not speaking up.
This is true. This is true.
That's what
Today they were talking about that he's very focused on XTV right now. So, and what that is, I really don't know. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you what's happening. This is what I believe, and so my wife and I used to foster kids before we had our own. So, and they were all family anyway. So we took in 3 kids. We took in my 2 nephews and my niece, and they lived with us for a while. We were not in the best of positions financially,
Sure.
but we took them in because they're family. it would be crazy of us to go to the family services, whatever they call them, child protection, CPS, and say, hey, can I have more kids?
Yeah.
Can you give me 5 more kids? Because I love them. Like I just want to have a lot of kids.
Yeah.
And it's like, it would be so irresponsible of me to do that. I think Twitter's doing that right now.
Yeah.
That's what I think. It's like,
I agree. I mean, because when I heard somebody say, you know, XTV, and then they were saying, and then he's working on an X phone, you know, to compete with iOS and Android and all that. I was
okay,
thinking,
okay.
wow.
Let's talk about it, because I did a poll with that, right? So
Yeah.
here's the truth. Elon is all about open source.
Yes.
So Twitter, X is open source. Any engineer can go in and look at and see how things work. For the most part, I don't think they show everything. There is no other social media platform that is open source. The algorithm on Twitter is open source. So if you want to figure out how it works, you can figure it out on Twitter.
Yeah.
Teslas are open source. I believe. What else? I think that's the 2 main ones. So if Elon comes out with a cell phone, everybody that loves Elon Musk, be prepared to ditch your iPhone.
Right.
And go to Android, because Android is the only open source phone out there.
Right.
So Google owns Android, which is basically Linux. So anybody that knows anything about, you've got Mac,
Yes.
PC, and you have Linux.
Correct.
So guess what, family? If you want the Elon phone, it's going to be based on the Android or the Linux software.
Yeah.
Because that's what Teslas are. Teslas are based on Linux.
Right.
I believe, unless they change. I'm pretty sure it's Linux based, which is open source computing. So all the iPhone guys are going to have to ditch your iPhones. So
Yeah.
you know,
Elon did a poll also, and his was, and I knew something was up because his questions were like 1 through 8, and it was like, how apt would you be to use an Android based phone? You know, 1 to 10. You know, did you see that poll too? Or he went through.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, but it was just like basically like a litany test where it was like like 8 questions, but they were all basically the same, just kind of worded differently. Would you use an Android phone? What do you think of an Android phone? Would you use the system of an Android phone? You know what I mean? It was just kind of like getting the gist of, I wonder how many people out there would ditch their iPhones and go after Android, you know? So, yeah, absolutely.
Now, I do think that they are going to explode in the area of, so the announcement that, and I meant to talk about this earlier. I posted up something. I'll put it up here. They made an announcement last week and they made it public. I'm sure they were talking about it for a while, but they made an announcement that moving forward, I don't think they gave a date yet. I think I don't know. I think they're still testing the waters on it because they announced it. So basically, anybody that wants to live stream, they're going to have to be a premium subscriber.
That's right. I saw that.
And so, where is it? Let me find it. It's probably not that important if I can't find it, but oh yeah, here it is. Okay. So my post that I made was, it's probably really tiny, but if you gotta, let's put this in the bottom. Where are we? Oops. Let's get Kyle back in here. Let's just do that. So anyway, I know it's tiny, but so my post is requiring, I can't even talk straight. What the heck, Gregory? Requiring, oh my gosh, is requiring people to pay to live stream on X a good or bad idea?
Right.
And so I said, well, I stream to other platforms in 1080p for free. And so basically, you're going to have to pay to live stream on Twitter and on X.
Yes.
So my whole statement was, I said, that's It makes sense. I understand it, but it's very risky. It doesn't make sense in the sense of right now I'm live on YouTube and it's free. I don't have
Yeah.
to pay YouTube to go live on YouTube.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, some people got big mad when that came out, man, and were like, I'm not paying, X amount, and I was just like, to me, it was like, well, I'm already subscribed, so it's not like I'm pulling excess money out of my pocket, like an extra 20 or $30, unless they jack the price up or something, which I don't think they would do, which, anyway, but when I read that, I thought, well, that's kind of what you and I had discussed before was, if that might be one of the requirements that comes out one of these days is that you have to be a subscriber to go live. Now, you don't have to watch, but you can do it live.
so I will say it's a mistake. And Melissa Marancillo, she is the head of the X Live product. She's been responsive, and I appreciate that. Um, so going live, from what I gather, whether you're on a cell phone or on a desktop, anything that requires you to go live on X, you're gonna have to pay.
Yeah.
I, I think they're kind of shooting themselves in the foot. They're gonna have. Well, here's the thing: if that's a part of the paywall,
Yeah.
what about all the other people that don't live stream and they're
True.
paying for it? So they're not really using the service.
Right.
And so there's already 300 million people that, again, that's probably a high number. I don't know how many people actually create content on Twitter or on X, but
Right.
I can tell you right now, like, I don't think even 1% of those people are actually live stream.
No. No.
Matter of fact, you've got a lot of people that live stream still that don't have a blue check.
True.
And great content creators. David Osaka, Louise Poppy, which not so much anymore. We got Claire Waddington in Paris, France. We got a ton of guys in Australia that, from what I'm in a private DM group with these drone live streamers.
Yeah.
They're done. Like, I ain't gonna pay. I'm not gonna pay because it's expensive in different countries. In Canada, it's $20 US to be premium. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah. I didn't know that exchange rate was so high.
Yeah, she Kukana Hoku is her name. She was talking about it. She posted it.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? So
Yeah.
and if you don't post every day, then what? Or if you don't go live every day, I don't know if it's worth $20 or.
Right. I mean, and they've already got other tiers that you can go up now on X where, you can have no ads and it's $22, and then they got a $42 package or something like that, and I'm just like, I'm good with my little package and down here, at least for now.
You know who has a good package? This is my idea. And I talked about it a lot, but Twitch has a good format when it comes to ads. Like, if you don't want to watch the rolling ads in the beginning, just become a subscriber, but become a subscriber to that channel that you watch.
Okay.
Yeah, and you opt out. You opt out of the ads. So if you are a loyal follower of someone, and every time they go live, you jump straight into the live stream without having to watch the ads.
I didn't know that. That's wild.
Yeah, and so part of that revenue, I'm guessing, goes to the creator, right?
Yeah. Right.
The other thing, I haven't really looked much into it because I don't have enough followers. But once you hit partner on Twitch, let me pull him up because he's my friend and I like him. When the Flash hit, what did he hit? I think he hit Twitch partner. Let me look it up.
Yeah. That dude was rocking back on Periscope. He was a good guy, man.
Yeah. You know why he's not on Twitter anymore, right?
No, I don't actually.
Because they owed him money.
They held up his money from his Super Hearts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They did me too.
I think they paid him eventually, but he had all from what it's all I never asked the amount, but he was making bank, put it that way.
Yeah. Oh,
So
I know. I talked to him off camera, personally, and
I just talked to him just like before we went live.
really,
Yeah,
how's he doing?
he's doing good.
Yeah.
Let me put him up real quick. I literally was just talking to him right before I went live. Here we go. So if you don't know, he was actually one of our he was a part of our team on Egg Drop.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so he was one of the main reasons why we did so well is because like he was like, for lack of a better word, he was one of them. He was one of our top influencers. So we had Olivia Ty, The Flash. There's quite a bit of other people. We did have this other girl named Val. She was kind of promoting us for a minute. So here's The Flash. Where is it? So he just came out with a doll.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He's legit. So I forgot what I was going to say about the Flash, but man, this is an actual clip from his live stream on Twitch.
Uh-huh.
Like he does all these graphics on there. Oh, now I know what I was going to say. So he has his own branding. He has his own store, theflash.com. I have my own too. It's on my profile. But because Twitch is owned by Amazon or Jeff Bezos,
yes,
they have, and like I said, I haven't looked into it. I looked into it like when they first announced it. So if you have an Amazon products or if you want to sell, you can sell it on your profile.
Really?
To me, that's genius. Like I said, I haven't checked
it.
It's super genius. Like, so when it comes to monetization, everybody shops on Amazon, dude. Since we've been here in Oregon, it's so amazing. Being in Hawaii, it's great, but when I order something second day air in Hawaii, it's 5 days.
Yeah.
Period. When you get something second day air here, it's here second day, like literally, right?
Yeah.
Amazon is amazing. So the fact that they have the integration within Twitch, that's genius.
Yeah.
But like I said, I don't know if they still do that. I remember there's some prerequisites, and so yeah, when you hit Twitch affiliate or Twitch partner, you get your revenue.
Yeah, I remember he hit partner. I remember his announcement. I saw his announcement because I had talked to him back when he was on Periscope, and that I was still trying to pull myself and trying to market and trying to get out there even more. And I was like, brother, what are you doing? Like what are you doing behind the scenes? And he was like, man, it takes me as long almost to set up as it does for me to live stream. He said it takes me like 3 hours to set everything up that I do. Like I have to dial it in, and he had, remember back then he would have stuff where he could throw his hands and it would like rain, or he could write your name. It was all kind of just cool, just little bit, little things and big things, and and he could, if you mentioned his name on Twitter, it would pop up on the sides and all that. And I was like, how do you get to do that? And he was like, man, it's just way too hard to get into, and we just kind of laughed about it. But he's done a great job, man, and he's a great guy.
Well, he's an innovator for one, and a pioneer. He was doing haptic suits, virtual nightclubs while live streaming it. So
yeah.
What else and he had people in the room, right? So if you had a VR headset, you would join him in a live stream,
and
you would see this nightclub, him as a DJ, and
Yeah.
all these people in the back were dancing. Right, it's so funny
Yeah.
to see it. But they all had VR headsets,
Yeah.
and they were all characters. And one of the guests I think he had one time was Wolf Puppy. I think her name is,
Yeah.
and she was actually Wolf Puppy and Femme. What was her name? Femme Yoga Taylor. Femme Taylor.
Yeah. I
She
know you're talking something Fam Taylor Yoga or something like that.
yeah. She actually she was one of our partners in Egg Drop too.
Uh-huh.
We were paying her as well, so that kind of went. We parted ways
Yeah.
for difference of vision. So,
Sure.
but yeah, those people like Flash and his circle of people, they were all innovators. They were all pioneers, and
Sure were.
yeah.
Sure
Well,
were.
I've got 10 minutes. We're gonna land the plane.
Sure, man.
So when are you gonna live stream next?
So I plan on doing it probably this coming weekend. So
Okay.
I'll probably do something this weekend. Um, I'm all about motivational, helping people out, um, helping people through times, and then also I plan on pulling my bass out and playing a little bit of bass.
Do
Uh,
it.
just do both. Kind of pull some people in. If they don't want to hear about one thing, maybe they'll listen to some music or something. So I'm gonna try to do that this weekend. Start doing that. So
You know what we should do? We should do a live spaces with video.
yeah,
I grab my guitar or ukulele. I have a bass too. Maybe you can do a bass. Hey, you should do a bass lesson.
yeah,
We
that's what I
have
was gonna do.
but see, I don't know about the lag. I don't know if it. I don't know. We can try it.
We could try it. Yeah,
Yeah. Um. Let me know before you do it, and that way I can we'll
yeah,
promote it. We'll let people. Hey, we're gonna be going live and playing music together live.
yeah.
Yeah, that would be pretty funny.
That would be fun. That would be fun.
Yeah. So let me make sure I covered what I was going to talk about. You know what I didn't talk about? I'm just going to read them off. I made some notes, but I was going to share some stories. I'll do this at another time. I might do a podcast with this, just talk about it. But some of the things I've done, I just never really, because we used to go live every day, so it was like it wasn't like an event. It was just my life.
Right.
But check this out, bro. This is so I live streamed a hurricane storm the day before it came. I actually was in the water, and it was called the Twin Hurricane. So there were two hurricanes coming to Hawaii at the same time, and I live streamed the storm. I was in the water, and Lane out in New York, she was live with me. There was a lot of people live, but I remember her. She was telling me just end the stream, get back to shore, right?
Right.
And I remember telling her, I'll be fine. And I told her, if it gets too sketchy, I'll end it.
Yeah.
Well, it got sketchy. I had to end it.
Right.
Because I kept getting pulled out too far out. So I had to turn off my phone so I could swim back with two hands. Because when I would live stream in the water, I would swim and have the phone with one hand. I would hold it and I would talk.
Yeah.
So I had to end that one. Here's another one. I had a blue dragon. I'm not sure if you ever heard of a blue dragon, but I'll tag you in it.
Okay.
It literally, it's a sea creature that looks like a blue dragon. I live streamed that.
Right.
What else did I have? I did quite a bit of live streams when I was speaking, whether it was in church or at a conference. I did a social media conference that I spoke at. What else did I do? Volcano. I remember I live stream an eruption. What else did I do? I live streamed Obama's Secret Service, and I actually got I got reprimanded while I was live.
Oh no.
Yeah. I'm not making this stuff. I was writing this stuff down. I'm like, wow, I remember that. And the girl that came up to me, she had full gear, like guns on her hip, on her thighs. She had a
earpiece.
Full on. Oh, she had everything automatic, and she had a dog. And she basically told me, you can't be recording here. You have to go across the street.
Right.
So I told her okay, and I was live. What
Yeah.
else? I live streamed a tsunami, which was in Canio. It was a small tsunami. And then I live streamed the Blue Angels. Yeah,
Wow.
there's a lot of stuff. I probably got a lot more I can talk about, but that's just a little bit of stuff.
That's a lot of cool stuff, man. You have great content. I mean, there's no doubt about that.
You know what it is, man? It's just turning on your phone and just doing it, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because you'll catch stuff. I think one of the most memorable live streams that we ever did was just me and my wife. We had a show called the Tickle and Giggle Show,
Mhm.
and all we did was we just laughed and we just talked story. We just talked about life, and we did it in the morning. So she would take me to work. I put my phone up on the screen, and we just talk and drinking coffee and talking. And of course, all my other stuff, the drones, and that was all cool,
Yeah.
different. But yeah, some of the coolest live streams I ever did was just stuff that was just totally random. Actually, there was one live stream I did where they were looking for a swimmer,
Really?
and I'll tag in that one too.
Yeah.
He was a Marine. He ended up dying. He ended up drowning because he saved these two girls. They were actually drowning, so he saved them, but he ended up getting sucked out.
Yeah.
And I live streamed the search, the whole search and rescue operation. It was pretty cool.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
there's a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of memories. I'll make it quick. The one that probably got the most views and the most traction is I was going down the highway one day and I saw a car with black smoke coming at it with people in it, and so I just immediately turned it on Periscope. I was just used to just bam. So I went live and I come walking up and they were stuck in the car and it was starting to catch on fire. And so I pulled them out of the car and all that kind of stuff. And then I'm walking back, but I'm videoing behind me and the car blows up.
Sounds like a
And
movie.
yeah, it was almost like a movie. And then there was other people that went dim. So I started walking back to my car and I had like firemen coming up because I was like parked in the middle of the highway. This was like an emergency thing. And I had firemen coming up telling me, get off my hoses, and stuff like that. And I was like, hey, thanks for saying, help, thanks for helping us out, like they didn't even thank me for helping them or anything, or helping the people. Uh, but yeah, I know what you mean about that is I got reprimanded too by our fire department. They were just like, you can't be out here filming and all this kind of stuff. I was like, I wasn't filming, and I had like my eyebrow was singed off, and part of my hair was like burnt, and all that kind of stuff, and it was just a crazy time, just a crazy coincidence.
If I could have, I would have live streamed um, meeting Richard Branson, but
Oh wow.
it was it was obviously, I don't even know the word. They didn't want us doing any type of media because they hired a team of people to do media, and they had another company they hired to do social media content. So Richard Branson, when he had Virgin Airlines, they just got a contract to do flights from LA or California to Honolulu. So to celebrate that, he did a whole celebration at my job where I was working at the time.
Mhm.
It was surreal. It was so cool. I post a lot of that on my Instagram too, but not the lot. If I had opportunity, I would have done it live. That would have been a cool live stream.
That would have been
Never
cool.
did. Yeah.
Yeah. I imagine he's
He's
a pretty cool guy.
he's good people, man. He's really nice.
Yeah.
Extremely wealthy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So the place that that they rented, that's actually my former boss's place, and to rent that place, it's like 8,000. I think they charge $8,000 a day, and so
Whoa.
they had to rent it. They had to rent it for like a week or so. So it's a beautiful place, right? But
Yeah.
when I looked up Richard Branson, I'm like, this guy has his own island. Yeah.
Ain't worried about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So And he didn't even sleep there. He rented the place so they could have the crew and whoever staff stay there. But that's where they had their launch part. So he came out on this canoe, and it had the Virgin flag on it, and so
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, dude
yeah.
has his own island and everything. He's set. in
I
the-
I think it's like $50,000 a day to rent his island, something like that. Yeah.
Wow. That's a vacation right there, man.
Yep. So the future of live streaming, I think that's the time. What is the future of live video in the words and wisdom of Kyle Mack?
I would say that can be either a positive or a negative influence if they continue with not pushing it. It will go extinct, I believe. Probably. I believe there'll be, like you said before, maybe 1% of us out here that push it and cater to a few people. Um, and I also believe that if they continue, but like, me and you talked in our session, I believe it was 36, like in Texas, they banned porn. So you can't access porn on anywhere in Texas. Your phone, your computer, nothing like that. Now on X, I think you can. I saw the announcement the other day that they put out where they were saying that basically they allowed it. My personal opinion is if they continue allowing that to go on, it's going to go downhill. Um, but if they can get it controlled, if they can find a way to pull everything together and get Elon, especially, to have a vision of what live streaming really is and make it happen instead of just toying around with it like he kind of is now. I think he just kind of it's an afterthought for him. No disrespect, but it's an afterthought. I think it can be a great thing. I think that Periscope was a great thing. I think it was a lot of therapy for people. I think a lot of people had benefits from it. And I think that if it's done right, it can be saved and it can be taken care of. If it's mistreated, it will go away. My honest opinion.
I don't think live stream video will ever be the wild west like how it used to be in terms of everybody going live. I think some of that is design, and I think a lot of it was politics at some point with Facebook and Twitter. Well, and outside of the politics, I think some of it was there was just some crazy content going on. There were shootings, there were suicides,
Oh yeah.
and they were all being live streamed. There was obviously porn that's being live, and you have no choice but like when you tap it by accident. Oh my god, it's live, right? So
Yeah.
now the political side of it, it's dangerous
Yes.
because if I am trying to push a narrative as a political party on either side, I don't care.
Right.
I cannot have American citizens or any citizens walking around showing the world what's really happening.
Right.
So it's
Right.
like live video will prove to the world what's really happening.
Sure.
It's what I said. So when Donald Trump was running for presidency, I used to watch his press conferences and all those rallies. And we'd watch it on CNN, we watch it on Fox, and then one day we were watching the video froze on Fox. So went to CNN, the video was frozen on both of them. I'm like, wow, that's strange.
Yeah.
And we checked MSNBC, they were all frozen. Like,
Yeah.
well, that's strange. It's the technical difficulties. Well, we go on Periscope. Somebody on Periscope was broadcasting it live.
Oh wow.
We're like, wow, it's cool, right?
Yeah.
And the things that they were saying, or what he was saying, what I can't remember verbatim, but it was rugged. He was dishing out some stuff that was just not nice, like not inappropriate, but like
Right.
exposing the establishments.
Yeah.
And I found it so strange that no network was able to have a good connection. Like that's
Yeah,
so
they
strange.
cut it.
But
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know for sure, but it was just very strange.
Yeah.
So, but when is it Tabibi, the Matt Tabibi, the Twitter files?
yes.
Yeah, when those Twitter files came out, they were very open about that they were forced to. I don't know the word. I'm trying to find the word, but basically, the federal government had their hands in Twitter.
Yeah,
And I believe part of that was limiting people's access to show the world what's really happening.
sure.
So
The-
that's what I think about live video.
Yeah,
It's dangerous. It's dangerous in that respect.
the Twitter files revealed that Jack Dempsey had a lot of people that he basically had. They all had their hands in the cookie jar together, basically. You know, when he owned it before Elon took it over.
Yeah.
So
The thing is, Jack, he stepped down twice. Yeah, he stepped
Yeah.
down twice, came back. I do believe that compared to Facebook, though, I don't think Twitter is as bad. But the live video, I think how they can suppress live stream video is by saying we can't have a bunch of citizen journalists walking around, right?
sure, yeah,
And just show. But I think if Elon does follow through, where he firmly believes in citizen journalism, well, bring back the live streaming. That'll bring back some, especially with what's happening now. And I'm not getting political, but like, so I watched these multiple videos of Donald Trump in the Bronx in New York, and everything I read or saw was, oh, he had a small crowd, and for Donald Trump, it was a small crowd for sure, but it was still in the thousands.
yeah,
In the thousands, right? It wasn't a typical. Well, it's in a city, so you can't have 30,000 people assembled in this. So that was a narrative, right? But then I watched another video of AOC. AOC. What is her name? Andrea Ocasio.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I can't think.
I think her name is Andrea Ocasio Perez. I think that's her name. Cortez. I don't know. Oh, Cortez. What is her name? Let me talk to Google. Who is the politician AOC? Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. So she did a rally in the same location as Donald Trump. I'm not sure if it's the exact same place, but she was like screaming and lit up. She was lit. And then I felt so bad. Like there's probably a couple hundred people.
Yeah.
But the videos I saw on a network video were different than somebody's cell phone.
Right.
It was just interesting. So when it comes to like live streaming, citizen journalism, I think that's where the danger comes. That's what I believe. So, well, I'm going to close this. I'm going to land this plane. Yeah. So what I will say, I'm going to continue this discussion. I'll probably do a mobile phone discussion, but the future of live video, I think, if let's use Twitter and X as a I think they're going to try to change the establishment of live stream video. That's what I think. I don't know if it's going to work, but I think the future of live stream video, according to Twitter and X, I think it'll be a premium content. That's what they said, but I don't know if that's true.
Yeah.
But going back, if they put it into the content creators' hands, give them the ability to put out good content and reward them accordingly, I think it'll be okay. But I don't know. For me, I'm not putting all my eggs in this basket.
No,
I'm not. Yeah, for sure. I do enjoy it. So
yeah.
Well, closing thoughts, Brother Kai, before I play my fancy video.
I'm interested. I'm very intrigued or interested at the debate tomorrow night.
Oh yeah.
What we're gonna see through live streaming tomorrow. because you know that there's going to be people there with phones that's going to really get on the action. You know what I mean? And we're going to get the uncensored version. There's not going to be any kind of, we're going to get it. So, I'm really, really, really interested in seeing that and seeing how it differs from mainstream to live stream of, just by citizen journalism. So,
I wonder if I could live stream it and not get in trouble. I'm gonna
I
try.
don't know. You could definitely post it, and it would probably stay up for a little bit, and then they may pull it down. But
Well, it depends where I put it, right? If I do it on X, nobody cares. You can
Right.
post like, but on YouTube for sure, it would get flagged for
yeah, it
sure
would get flagged on YouTube.
because I don't own it. Now, I did live stream on several occasions where I would email the company and say, "Can I use your live feed?" There's a newspaper publication called Civil Beat.
Yeah,
And I actually used their live video feeds before, and I would ask, "Hey, can I the heck?" Sorry, I'm getting a pop up, and so I asked, "Hey, can I use your live video feed?" And yeah, so there's ways to do that. So yeah, that's a good. I'm gonna look it up. Oh,
Yeah,
what time is the
7.
debate tomorrow?
I think it's 7 Central or 7, maybe 7 Eastern. So it would be it would be 5 o'clock your time, probably.
77. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it because I think for the first time in history that they're gonna mute the microphones.
Oh, they're gonna
That's
pop off, man.
There's a funny video of Trump and Biden debating, but they made it into the little babies. You see that one?
Yeah, have you seen the one with the Biden in the bed?
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, you need to check that one out, dude. It's funny, man.
Brother, I appreciate you hanging out, and
Hey, man.
everybody. Replay viewers, thank you to all of the bots that jumped in and all the real people. Thank you. For those of you that don't know, you can comment. You can comment, but the couple of people on YouTube, thank you, and on Twitch, and to my Rumble people, I'm sorry I didn't see your comments, but I'll go and watch the replay. And Kick, I think I did the wrong one. Okay, but anyways, thank you for watching. On behalf of my brother Kyle and myself, may you guys have a blessed evening. Today's topic was, what is the future of live video? So we hope that the information, things we talked about, was worth your time. Love you guys. God bless you guys. Ahui ho, aloha and mahalo. Yes. Chew.
God bless.